And when you're ready, coming back to your seat. Maybe you're sitting up on something. And if we're sitting up on something, drawing the heels so they're kind of underneath, or they're in the middle, underneath the groin. I'm feeling these legs heavy, a little bit floppy. As we take a couple of minutes to land, slow the mind down a little bit, and turn the attention inwards. I was talking this morning about how useful the idea of elements are when we're talking about something like yoga. Yes, it's very vague and unscientific, but I think also we can all relate to the expressiveness of this is very earthy or this is very fiery. But it got me thinking about, could we have an element that was like plants or life or the ecosystem? Because I think it's a really, really nice metaphor. We are maybe half our weight is bacteria and microscopic organisms. And through these and all the things in the environment, we're part of this invisible network of living things. And we contain an invisible or invisible to us network of living things. And through the wider ecosystem and our internal ecosystem, we turn sunlight and air into energy and bones and muscles and blood and breath. And I think it's really, really nice to just to bring the spirit of inquiry to this idea of this invisible mesh of life, of ecology that we are a part of and that we are surrounded by. And then letting that go, and we'll come back to our planty theme as we go along. It's just a small body scan. With a body scan, we're literally just going, how are my feet? How are my knees? How are my hips? Would my hips like to move a little bit? Does that make my head feel lighter? How does my tummy feel this morning? How does my back feel? Maybe my back's a little bit grumpy and we're looking forward to stretching it out. Or maybe the back's really happy and we can take a moment to bask in that. How are the shoulders feeling? Can we feel the shoulder blades sliding on top of the rib cage as we breathe and fill the upper chest? Maybe you can feel the shoulder blades moving apart a little bit, wrapping around the ribs. And feel the shoulder blades sliding down the back as if they were going to be slid into the back pocket of your jeans as we breathe out. How is the neck? How is it doing in its magnificent task of supporting the head? And how is that head? Wherever the head is, having some compassion and some gratitude. Compassion for the things where we haven't quite measured up to our ideals or we haven't reached our goals yet, and gratitude for all the amazing things we have done and are doing and are being. Trying not to pin our happiness on when I or if I, but instead on I am. Now getting into our planty form, let the fingertips come out and just gently wiggling the fingertips slowly, really slowly. We're bringing the arms up towards the head, but we're still on that journey, blossoming up. And as the hands come towards vertical, letting the shoulders rise, but not squashing into the neck, keeping the neck free. Engage the tummy. Maybe you can stretch a little bit further towards the sun. And maybe, if it's comfortable, open the face up to where the sun would be if we're outside. Holding this, few breaths, really strong engagement in the tummy. Soft neck, free the neck. Imagine that powerful sun beaming down on your face, but it's not too hot, it's not too strong, it's just making you feel yummy. And then exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly. Bring the chin down, bring the hands down. Bring the hands to the knees and let the chin roll down, following the hands. Rolling the upper back, keeping the lower back upright. Coming into this snail shape, this rolled over. Start the next movement, the next breath, rolling the shoulders back, inhaling. Crown of the head, leading the movement. Tummy switched on. Small back bend again, turning the face to the sun, soaking in that radiance. Exhaling, chin to the chest. And this time, follow the rolling action, dropping the fingers to the mat, walking the fingers forward. Maybe we're managing to come down to the forearms. And then inhale, open the chest gently here, so it's like a tiny sphinx, still sitting on our block or on the ground. Exhale, curl the forehead towards the elbows, rounding back. Inhale, lifting the elbows, lifting the chest, walking the hands back to the knees. Breathe out, inhale, open the chest, arms up, face up. Let it go. If you're sitting on a brick, let's get rid of our brick. Come onto all fours. On all fours, let's tuck the toes and find the shoulders above the wrists, and we're rocking from side to side, just a nice amount. And as we put the weight to the right hand, coming up onto the fingers of the left hand, so we're lifting one palm off the floor and then the other, stretching the fingers, stretching the muscles in the forearm. Don't let the tummy go here. Draw the tummy in, moving the hips from side to side. Maybe there's more of a drawing in. So as I come over to the left, drawing in and up this right side of the belly. I come to the right, drawing in and up the left side. Let the hand come off So as we rock to the right, left hand comes off, left tummy in and up. A little bit higher, and you can see where we're going. Slowly bringing the hands higher each time we rock to the other side, lifting from the belly, and eventually keeping it fluid and soft. We're opening up into a twist a few times, drawing the shoulder blades together, unfurling the hand, lifting up, and see if we can add on the final piece of the puzzle. As we draw the tummy in, the opposite foot pushes into the floor. So we can imagine that pushing off the left foot, we're spiraling up the right hand, lowering the right hand back down, spiraling up from the right toes, opening up. You see if you can feel this line of engagement all the way through the fascia. One more each side. Unfurl, lower the hand, and last one. Nice. Untuck the toes, sink the bum back, child's pose. Walk the fingers forward, so it's an active child's pose. And we feel maybe caterpillar the body forwards, maybe we feel a little lengthening in the lumbar spine and the bottom of the spine. Inflate the body with your inhale. Float up to kneeling, dragging the fingertips back towards you. Fingertips down behind you. Gently open the hips, lifting the hips, opening the chest. Keep the neck on line now, don't throw the head back. Exhale the bum back to the heels. Take it forwards. And again, inhale, inflate, hands contract back and over. Raise it up, breathe out. Breathe in. Exhale, lower the heels down. Fold it forwards, lengthening the lower back. Inhale. This time, let's bring the legs out in front. Keep the hands there and we'll roll through the midsection, starting to wake up the bottom of the spine here. Nice. And then we'll come down to the forearms. And we're going to come down to the back for our core work. Okay, so coming down to the back. And we'll start again. Let's just really get the whole spine fired up and we really feel like we're in touch with the whole spine. So we'll take, let's say, 5 bridges. So settle the feet, shins broadly upright, backs of the hands down. Tilt the pelvis so we flatten the lower back. Inhale, and as we exhale, slide the feet away, or feel like they're sliding away. Raise the hips. Exhale, roll the spine back down. Maybe walk the feet in a little bit. Ready the pelvis, inhale, exhale, lift up. This time, fingertips come up towards the ceiling, forearms facing upwards. Press the elbows into the ground to open up a bit more. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale, roll it down. Ready? Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Lift it up. Elbows down. Glutes active. Adductors active. Roll it down. 2 more. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Roll it down. Last one. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Roll it up. This time, come onto the balls of the feet. Lift the hips, lift the heels. Dig the elbows in our biggest bridge. Really push down through the toes. We can open the heart a little bit more. Really squeeze those glutes, really working the glutes. Exhale, roll it down, roll it down, roll it down. Lovely. Feet down, hands down. Roll across the bottom of the pelvis. A lovely, yummy little wiggle there. And we'll come to some, what is this written in one of my books as yogic bicycles. I think they're just bicycles. So we're going to have our knees up broadly above our hips, and we're going to be lifting the head up. The back of the head's cradled in the arms, and it's simply inhale, exhale, right leg away, right elbow, left knee, squeeze the belly, inhale back to center, exhale other side, really lifting the left shoulder up towards that knee, squeeze the tummy, inhale back, exhale, right elbow, left knee, inhale it, exhale, left elbow, right knee, one more each side, exhale, right elbow, left knee, inhale, last one, exhale, really nice, inhale it back, keep the head and shoulders up, wiggle it out, and send the feet away, find the point where you can keep the tummy in, and this is like Pilates 100, so just flapping up and down, resisting the weight of the feet, a little bit longer, maybe a little bit further, nice, and bring it in, bring the knees to the chest, roll across the pelvis, maybe roll across the mid and upper back as well, get that massage in, awesome, keep the hands around the front of the right shin, left leg long, inhale, pushing the shin into the hands, exhaling, drawing the knee towards the armpit, inhale, exhale, knee to armpit, rotate the foot, 5 circles anti-clockwise, 5 circles clockwise. Inhale the leg skyward. Now it might be here, and that's okay. Coming towards straight. Give it time. So experiment as well. Like, what does it feel like a bit lower with a straighter leg or a bit higher with a bent leg? Because they're both doing stuff. Both valid. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to take the leg out to the right. If you had a belt or a scarf to hand, you might wrap around the foot. So if you've got something nearby you could use, just wrap it around the foot, a top, any sort of fabric. There you go, lovely. And you can take hold of that with the right hand, or if you can reach it, you can hold your foot. And left arm's going to go out wide, like half a capital T. And let's just come out, say, 45 degrees and have a little check-in. So I could feel there that my chin had gone up a little bit and that my shoulders starting to come off the mat. So have a little pause somewhere where it's not too uncomfortable and have a few breaths. And then maybe we'll find that the foot wants to come out a bit more. And we want to try and at least keep the shoulder down. The left hip might lift a little bit. That's okay. Try to keep the left shoulder on the mat. So we're opening the hip, not twisting. On your next inhale, you're going to slowly draw the leg back to center and then changing the hand on the belt or the foot. So you've now got your belt in your left hand, rolling it over. So you're going to roll onto your left hip and take a twist. So the right foot's going to come over to the left. And if you really tuck the left hip under, you might find it comes over quite a long way. So you're really rolling onto the side of the body. That's it. Let the leg come right over. Lovely. Just stay there for a little bit. Maybe you're pushing the foot away, putting a bit more tension onto the belt, seeing what that does to the hip socket. And then we're going to bring it back up. So you might bring the right hand back to the belt to help draw yourself back up. Take the belt away, place the soles of the feet on the floor, a little windscreen wiper, and then we'll come over to the other side. So we're going to be drawing in the left shin. Inhaling, exhaling, left knee, left armpit. Inhaling the shin into the hands. Exhaling, left knee, left armpit. And let's take those 5 ankle circles in each direction. Giving those ankles some love. And then we're sending the foot skyward, extending the heel away. I see if there's anything that could soften. The tummy's working here, the hips are working here, but the shoulders, the face, the right leg, not really doing anything. So see if they can be soft. And then we're going to be taking our belt or our hand to our left foot. And we're getting ready to open this leg out to the side again. So the right hand's going out wide as a brake, as a stabilizer. And that's it. We're gently lowering to what feels like halfway for us. And letting the hip soften. Get used to the idea. And then extend it all the way out and away. When we're inhaling, back to the center. And we're taking the belt in the other hand, scooching the right hip across to the left under us. And we're dropping that left foot across to the right. It's a nice deep twist. Now, if you think about the position you're in, you might notice this is also the sort of the standing twist with grabbing the leg. Hasta Padangusthasana variation. I can't remember which number variation it is. So it's getting the body used to the shape without the work of balancing. And flex the ball of the foot away into the belt or into the hand. Just stretch the shoulder a bit more. Lengthen the leg out of the hip socket. And then relax the leg, drawing it back up to vertical. And finding both soles of the feet on the ground. Hands to the back of the thighs. And let's roll along the spine. Nice. And as we come forwards, let's try and catch a little hang time, have a little boat, and roll back. A little hang time. And on your fourth one, let's pause and find a boat, an Avasana here. We can lengthen the tummy. Maybe the feet want to extend away, maybe they don't. And we're going to lower down into our dish pose, sometimes Ardhanavasana, this is called. And then lengthen back up. And lengthen down. And then this time lengthen up. Listen up. Lower the right leg. Hands to the left. Knees can still be bent. Back to the center. Left leg down. Hands to the right. To the center. One more each side. Right leg down. Hands to the left. Inhale it up. Left leg down. Hands to the right. Land the hands. Let's come up to a downward dog. Finding our first downward dog together. Maybe you're having a little dance about and a little sway here. Or maybe you're finding stillness. And know that whatever is feeling good right now is what you need. So go with that. See if we can rotate the biceps towards the front of the mat. The index fingers are facing forwards. Feeling the shoulder blades wrap around the rib cage. Now, here's something to try. Let's see if we can come up onto the fingertips of the right hand. So both feet and the left hand are still strongly on the mat, and the right hand is on the fingertips. Maybe we can walk this right hand, spidering its way to the feet. Maybe we can tickle the right ankle. Maybe the hand can come across and find the left ankle, twisting under the body. Maybe the left calf. Maybe we fall over. If the hand's coming across the body, could we take the weight out of the right foot? Maybe the right leg might float up, and maybe we might fall over. If the foot's up, let's let it find the mat again. No mosquito, bad mosquito. Place the right hand back at the front of the mat. Been eaten alive by mosquitoes today. And let's come to the fingertips of the left hand. And we'll walk those fingertips back. Walking them back. Tickling the left ankle. Tickling the right ankle. Maybe finding a place on the calf. Around the back of the ankle. Maybe those left toes. Might see what it's like to fly. Or maybe we fall. Let's lower the left toes back. And release the left hand. Little baby steps to the front of the mat. When we arrive at the front of our mat, the feet are gently separated, second toes facing forwards, and we're just relaxing onto the thighs. Let's take hold of opposite elbows with each hand. And using the weight of the arms, see if that will encourage the spine to lengthen out of the pelvis. Maybe nod the head, yes. Maybe sway from side to side. And maybe we caterpillar the body up and over the thighs, just another centimetre or two. Feel the space between the vertebrae. And when you're ready, we're going to roll up. So move the bum back just a little bit. Our weights over the heels, lifting from the tummy, the head heavy, arms heavy. Inhaling it up. And again, turn your face to where the sun would be on a perfect day. Palms facing each other. Maybe there's this little back bend as if the shoulder blades were gliding up over a hole or a bar, gazing up at the sun, as if we wanted to hold the sun between our hands. And then chin first. Exhaling to straight, bringing the hands down. Nice and slowly, like you're gathering in that sun energy. Inhale, gently bending the knees. Hands above the head. You can hear strange noises from the house. Oh my God, what's happening? Oh, there's lizard fight in the roof? I think there's a lizard fight in the roof. Okay. Let's pretend that's not happening. Gently coming back to a soft chair. And we're going to sway the hips from side to side. So it's almost like you're doing some Latin dancing here. So we've got the hand here, so we know that the hips are staying kind of stable, and we're taking this kind of half moon shape. The bum goes back and goes across, back and across. And what we're trying to find is the feeling of the pelvis sliding around the tops of the hip bones. So this is independence of pelvis and thigh bone. So it's kind of like what you get in all kinds of twerking. So it's anything where we can move the pelvis, and the more and more we can get that, the more we can get our back bends and our nice shape in our splits. So just maybe we're tracing a bit of a lower circle. We're trying to keep the back feeling happy here, and of course that's the core engagement. And let's come up onto the balls of the feet. And we're slowly, 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 slowly lower down. Quads working nice and hard. And let's bring the heels together. Knees coming out as wide as is comfortable. And maybe we're coming up into this toe squat with the knees wide. Taking a few breaths here, let the crown of the head rise up. Don't worry if you fall, just come back in or put a hand down for balance. And we're exhaling, we're slowly bringing the hands down onto the mat. And let's come to sit on the bum. And we're on the heel of the right foot, hands around the front of the shin, roll the shoulders back, grow a little taller, and then pick that foot up, and we're bending it back so the knees are together, and we're coming back onto the left forearm, the right foot tucked next to the bum. And it's really important that the knees are together, so we might be a bit higher, especially to start off, and then we're slowly lowering in, and maybe both forearms could come down. But the important thing is to keep the knees touching. extending away. And maybe we can come a bit lower. Make sure the tummy is still engaged. And this bent knee, we're really sending it away. We're reaching away, and we're trying to stretch the front of the hip here. Squeeze the glutes, open the hip, open the heart. We're going to come back to this in due time. For now, roll onto the left, bring the knee across the body, and then bring the knee up towards the chin. Exhale it out wide, draw the leg in and across. We're basically drawing some big old circles with the knee here, and we're rolling onto the hip as we come across, and then flat, send the knee away, and then take it the other way. So drawing the knee to the left, foot out to the right, knee to the chin, and across, and 2 more in your own time. Nice. Reach forward, grab a hold of the foot, the toe, push the toe into the hand to bring yourself up. And we've been here before, we know where we're going. Inhaling the leg away, exhaling shoulder, then elbow. Inhaling, shoulder, then elbow. 3 or 4 more. Your pace, your breath. Try to keep the body fairly upright. And then next time you come forwards, we're threading the left hand across, taking hold of the outside of the foot, straightening the leg a little or a lot. I'm really being attacked by all the animals tonight. Opening the hands out. And we're in our twist. Left hand holding the right foot, right hand coming back. I really try to feel this right shoulder opening. And the neck's free. Face is soft. If it's there, draw that right foot across a little bit more. And then untwisting. Keep a hold of the foot. And that right shoulder is going behind the knee or towards behind the knee. Wearing the right foot, leg like a backpack. And when you're ready, inhaling, extending that right foot away. And we're turning to look at the left armpit. Try to keep the sitting bones balanced. And then exhaling, bending the knee over the arm. And we're coming to our little lift here. So get ready for our lift. Left leg's going in front, hands down and flat. Lean forwards, move the bum back so the weight is balanced, and maybe this left leg can float. Maybe play with the crossing the feet. Maybe the arm balance is there. Lower down with control when you're done. Release the foot and bring it to the inside of the left thigh for Janushirasana. Good work. Okay. That's sure I'm in the shot. So Janushirasana, we're going straight forwards. That means nipple to knee, forehead is going inside the leg. So try to twist to the left. Maybe move the flesh from the sitting bones. Encourage the pelvis forwards. Root the heel down to drag the body forwards. As we exhale, softening towards that leg. Resist the temptation to curl into a snail. Stay long. Right, really aiming to bring the head down inside the calf one day. If it's there and it's soft, there's the bind around the foot. But only take the bind if it occurs naturally. We don't want to yank. Avoid the yanking. We're going to come forwards to come up. Inhale, forwards, come up. Step the right foot over the left leg. Wrap the left elbow around the front of the shin. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, a nice soft twist here. So we're twisting to the right leg crossed over left leg. Very nice. Release your twist. Both legs out in front. Drum out that tension. And then we're going to come to the other side. Drawing that left foot towards the buttock. And again, you remember we're coming down onto the opposite elbow first as we bring the knees together. Squeezing the knees together and squeezing the glute. We're lengthening away. So we're trying to open the hip here as we draw the knees together. Maybe we come down onto both forearms. Now we're getting long. So we're sending the knee away as we maybe use the hands to send the shoulders the other way. Nice. Couple more breaths here. Let's see if you squeeze the glutes, you can lift that left hip forwards and away just a little bit more. And then let the effort go. Come onto both forearms if you're not there already. Inhale to draw the left knee towards the chin. And we're taking those big circles through the hips. I can't remember, maybe we went the other direction first, but we're rolling across the body, sending the leg out, sweeping the heel around, drawing the knee to the chin. And it's this really physically rolling onto the hip, feeling the tummy working. That's at your own pace. 4 or 5 big circles. And then the other way. Sending the hip away. Sorry, the heel away, not the hip. Knee to the nose. And then next time you come to center, peace fingers around the big toe, push into the hand to draw yourself up. And then shoulder and elbow, inhaling it away. Shoulder and elbow, inhale away. Couple more. Last one, and then as the foot comes forwards, taking a hold of the outside of the foot with the opposite hand. Really nice. Bringing the leg to an appropriate level of straightness and opening into the twist. So we're looking for a lovely upright spine, open shoulders, relaxed neck. Check you can move the neck freely. And maybe we're drawing the left foot over to the right a little bit more. And when you're ready, we're coming to that compass pose. So we're bending the left knee. And we're getting that left knee over or towards the left shoulder. Inhaling, and then we're exhaling, sending that knee away. And we're trying to bring the shoulder back online. And the leg straight. And there is, in fact, another bind here one day. In fact, there's a lady at my studio who can now stand up from here in the bind. So there's always more to learn. Never ever finish. For now, let's find our lift. So let's plant the hands and we get ready. So a big part of this is that as we lift up, the bum travels backwards just a little bit so that the weight is equal. And then we're flying up on our hands. And again, if we're off the ground, maybe we try to cross the right foot over the left foot. Or Astaphakrasana, 8 limb pose, or 8 angle pose. When we're done, gently lowering ourselves back down, left foot inside of right thigh, ready for Janushasana. So right nipple, right knee, inhale it up. Maybe move the flesh, encourage the pelvis forwards, exhaling. So again, just avoiding the temptation to yank or pull. And inhaling up when you're ready. And sending both legs out. Again, a little drum through the shins, a little wiggle through the feet. How are we doing for time? Nice. Wow, we're really getting through it. Okay. I think we'd better come up into a downward dog again. Let's find a downward dog. And we're going to move the feet apart. So just hop the feet in and out a little bit. Not very far. And then we're just going to hop it up and hop it back. Hop it up and hop it back. And then step the right foot forwards, step it back, step the left foot forwards, step it back. Wow, there's serious animal drama going on above my head. Oh my God. I don't even know what it is, if they're rats or lizards. Something fairly large is having a Barney in the roof. Let's step that right foot forwards. And I said we'd come back to thigh length. We're going to come back to our thigh length. So stepping that right foot forwards. And we're in our kind of lizard shape. And planting the left foot nice and strong through the left hand. Right hand inside of the thigh. And this is firm but gentle, so it's like slowly easing into it. And it's like we're moving the flesh away from the hip. So the fingers are pointing towards the knee. And we're like drawing the flesh away. Yeah, that's more it. Maybe the hand even more on the inside of the thigh. And we're just moving the flesh away. That's it. So we're trying to almost draw the tissue towards the knee and roll onto the outside of that right foot if it's comfy. And this should sort of feel quite yummy, but a bit intense as well. And then we're going to come to pick up the back foot. So gently let go of the right thigh. And my little tip here from my good friend Jeff is just move the knee back a little bit. So as we pick the knee up, we come forwards onto the top of the thigh. So we're on this bit of the leg just above the knee, and we're not right on the kneecap. And it's much more comfortable if you can get the top of the thigh and the muscle there on the ground instead of the bone of the kneecap. Yeah, okay. Of course, if the knee's still uncomfy, just get something soft under it. Get a towel under it, blanket, top, double the mat over. We don't want a sad knee. And then when we're ready, inhale the hand up in a big arc, and this really helps to open the top of the body. And wherever you find it, Where we find the foot. If we're not quite finding the foot, there's always the option to grab that belt we had earlier, and we can just wrap the belt around the foot, give us that last few inches to get there. Yeah, nice. Yeah, just try and, that's it, wrap that around the end of the foot. Oh, yeah. Okay, is that good? Yeah. Okay, I think it just came unplugged. Yeah. So our goals here are we want to be able to open the shoulder this way, but we also want to stretch this left thigh. So we try to sink into the thigh and open the shoulder. Nice. Let that side go. Let's let that side go. Bring the hands back to the front. Let the leg go. And we're in our lizard here. And to come back, we're just going to come back towards this slightly funky half splits. So the toes are going to come up off the floor. The head is the ears are between the arms. And just finding a comfortable amount of stretch. You're probably not going to go very deep here. Just lengthening that hamstring. It's a funny angle, so just ease into it. Come back towards all fours, and we're stepping that right foot back, knees in line. Maybe a little cat-cow. And we'll find our lizard on the other side. We came into it from downward dog before, so just quickly lift up the hips. And we're taking this really big step, left foot outside the left hand. So let's try a different angle this time. So I'm trying to come onto the top of the thigh here. And open, lengthening out the thigh. And then let's just see if that foot can come up. Or maybe inhale, really big rainbow shape here. And might tickle those toes. Nice. Just trying to open the shoulder, open the hips. Breathe into it, breathe into it. Engage the tummy. See if you can move the weight more equally over a point of contact with the earth, and maybe there's a bit more ease to be found. And then let's let the foot go. We're coming back to our lizard here. And again, we'll come back to this lizard half splits. So do always be very careful with this because it can feel a bit funny on the knee. And the trick is just to come in really slowly. Give everything a chance to sort itself out. And then knees together. A breath or two in our child's pose. And walking the fingers towards the knees. Inhale, sit on the heels in our kneeling position. So we've been working a bit with our camel as well. So let's carry on with our exploration of camel, and we've been doing the thigh work here. We've done a little bit of back bending. And we know what we're doing here. We're going to let's do our first one with our toes tucked. And it's just like we did in our sort of spiral motion earlier. We're going to imagine all of the connecting tissues that sort of strap the body together, start from the toes, and we're pushing from the toes. As we push off the toes, hips come forwards, and just practice that. So powerfully lifting from the toes. And maybe we try a little back bend at the top, but keep the chin down. You really lose the strength when you let the chin go up. So try to keep the chin tucked as we push off the toes. And then bum back to the heels. And just try that a few more times. Exhale, pushing off the toes, tuck the chin, extend from the hips. Let it go down. This time, both hands. Let it go down. Pushing up, and maybe this time the fingers can circle back and find the heels. Remember to keep tucking the pelvis under, you're thrusting the hips forwards, opening here, and those toes are working. Maybe you can add the head. And then when you're ready, heart forwards, untuck toes, lower the bum. Hands on the thighs. Close the eyes. It's an intense pose, camel. But it's like, once you've got the knowings of it, it's strengthening like so many muscles at the same time. And it requires a lot of internal focus. So it's a wonderful pose. We're going to have one more go at our camel. If you want to try the tops of the feet down, kicking the tops of the feet into the floor, you go for it. If you're happy, toes tucked, stick toes tucked. Happy back, happy life. Okay, let's go. Inhale it up. Getting that opening. Maybe you bring a hand to the sacrum and don't give it too much welly, but just guide the sacrum down, pubic bone forwards. It's just tucking under like it's a pulley. Tuck that under, open the heart. So we've got most of it. Bend back a little bit. There's a lovely Ustrasana, or camel pose. Ready. Float the heart. Lower back down. As I breathed out, the rain started falling. That's amazing. Okay. So back bend. That was a pretty amazing back bend. Let's capitalize on that and come over onto the back. We're going to come to our bridge again. Let's see if we can get the hands on the mat either side of the ears. We'll just lift into a normal bridge, seeing how this feels. So I'm just going to come and have a look at you. Okay. So I don't want the hands doing any work. We're just seeing what it's like to have the hands on the floor next to the head. Nice. And then roll the spine back down. Roll it back down. That's it. And just step the feet back towards the bum a little bit. And then leave the hands there and just, again, energizing, pushing the feet away, opening the hips. We've done lots of nice hip opening already. And maybe just draw the elbows together. So we want the forearms going vertically up as much as we can. And just get some energy into the hands. So just squeeze the mat with the fingertips, squeeze the elbows together, squeeze the thighs together, but keep the knees separate because squeezing a block. Strong bum, squeeze the bum. Exhale, roll it out, roll it out, roll it down. So just getting used to the idea of the arms working in this position. One more time. Imagining you're squeezing a brick between the thighs, sliding the feet away, opening the front of the thighs. Grip the mat with the fingertips and come up onto the balls of the feet. Send the hips higher. Drawing the elbows together. Rolling it down, gently rolling the spine down onto the mat. Bring the hands to the backs of the thighs and let's roll through the spine again. Rolling through the spine. So rather than trying to stop in Anavasana, let's see if we might find fingertips on the ground behind the head and the toes coming towards the earth behind the head. And coming over to find our plow, maybe. Let's see how that works. Maybe we can stop for a second. The toes touching down. Yeah, all the way over into the plow. And then walk the toes a little bit towards the head and see if we can get a little bit more of the back down on the mat. So in a sort of forwards fold, but we're lying on the back. And soften. Soften, maybe the knees rest on the forehead. Arms heavy. And we're going to come to our shoulder stand. So, so carefully and gently bring the arms to point away from us, flat on the mat. And we're lifting, finding the hands at the back, lifting to our shoulder stand. Extending the feet to the sky. Bringing the heels together, rotating the toes outwards. And then pointing the toes, reaching up. And then to come down, gently lowering back towards our plow. Hands are coming out as brakes behind the head. And we're rolling the spine back onto the mat. Touching down, feet are coming onto the mat. And one more time, let's roll through a little windscreen wiper. And let's take a few breaths in our happy baby. So you might be taking hold of the ankles, big toes, the outside of the foot. And we're trying to keep the lower back, the sacrum, on the mat. A lizard just fell out of the roof next to me. It's all going off in here tonight. It's good to laugh. So, yeah, we're imagining what it might be like if our knees could come to our armpits, which mine don't, but some people's do. And in the breath, soften, bring the attention to the hips, wherever we can feel tension, seeing if we might soften. Maybe a sigh wants to come out. Gently, gently let go of the feet and draw the knees in. Draw the head towards the knees. So squeezing in to be a little ball, a little seed. And then starfish, but very slow. So very slowly sending the head and the hands and the feet out and away as far as they'll go. Lower the heels to the mat. Then slide the feet away. Taking advantage of being in our own spaces to spread out, take up space. Here in Bali, the rain is washing over the roof, bringing with it nourishment and life. There's no need to put any special effort into the breath now. Our breath can just be natural, falling in and out of the body. If you're comfy, stay still. And if you need to make any adjustments, make sure you're comfortable to just lie here for another couple of minutes. Letting the practice be absorbed, soaking up the rain. Letting the very idea buoy up yourselves, nourish you. Bring the attention to the forehead, soften it, and bring the attention to the jaw and soften it. Big, big, big breath in. Get as big as you can. And then it all sighing it out. Draw the hands in gently, slowly, and let them come to rest on the tummy, on the belly. Gently, gently holding yourself. And then bring the hands up to the chest. Rest the hands there. Feel the breath coming in and out of the body. And then, ever so gently, bring the fingertips, maybe just 3 fingertips to the temples, making some little circles. So softly. You can almost imagine someone else is doing it. And maybe bringing a thumb to rest at the back of the jaw. And some little circles. Exploring this very soft self-massage to the face. Because one thing the pandemic has brought has been a lack of touch. And some of the benefits of touch we can give to ourselves. If we just take a little bit of time. Massage out the forehead, dragging the fingertips from the center out to the temples. Massaging the cheeks, along the jaw, along the bottom of the jaw, along the top of the jaw. You can then close the mouth a few times, stretching. And with the fingers on both sides of the jaw, just gently turning the head to one side, turning the head to the other side, the head heavy, responsive to the movement of the hands, moving the head from side to side with the fingertips, just a few degrees. Let the fingertips go, hands lower back to the mat. Gently drawing the knees in, or roll to one side, maybe rolling onto your right side. Maybe the arm, the inside of the right arm might form a pillow for the head, resting the side of the head on the arm. Seeing if there's any nice warm feeling here you could maybe take away, save it up for later. And then once more, let's, like our seed, let's grow up from the earth and come back to find our seed. Feeling the spine revitalized and hydrated from our practice, from our movement, supporting the amazing blossom of our faith, of our head, proudly. And once more, inhale our face and hands to that imaginary perfect sun. Exhale, hands down to prayer. Perhaps bowing. Taking your time. Thank you for your attention and your time, wherever or whenever you're watching this video. Drink plenty of water and make sure you do something nice for yourself today. Until next time.